back. Welcome back to our series that we are calling Building Your Mental Map of the Guitar, wherein we are attempting to map out this confusing matrix of an instrument in a methodical and hopefully understandable way. This is for anyone who's just starting out on the guitar, or for anyone who knows some or a lot of guitar, but there's still parts of the neck that are just a little hazy. If you feel like you can play some things really well, but then if you try to step outside of your comfort zone, you get kind of lost or intimidated, then this might be exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so last week we started with a simple power chord that we used to play the 6 most common chords that you would hear in any song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But not 7 because we hate 7. Then we talked about moving this pattern up and down the neck to be able to play those chords in any key. But as we saw, that can get a little awkward when you get up into the higher areas of the guitar. Ideally, we need to figure out a way to play some of these keys in a lower part of the neck. The way we do that is by starting the whole thing on the 5th string rather than the 6th string, by which I mean we're going to put our root, our 1 chord, on the 5th string. So let's see what that looks like. To start off, we're going to start in the key of C, and C is your 3rd fret of your 5th string right here. So to make our power chord, we're just going to do this note here, the 5th fret of the 5th fret of the 4th string. Remember, the power chord is a unit that doesn't change. No matter what, if this is your main note, then your next note is going to be 1 string up and 2 frets up. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, 3 will be exactly as you would expect. 1, 2, 3. But when we get to 4, we're going to do something new. We're going to go down to the 6th string and all the way down here to the 1st fret. So that's our 4 chord. So let's go 1 up to 4 and back down. Oh, and we got to say the numbers out loud. I didn't forget to do that. You forgot to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now that we have 4, we can go 4, 5, 6, just as you would expect. 4, 5, 6. So all together, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just like before, we can practice all kinds of random patterns. 3, 1, 6, 2, 4, 5. 3, 1, 6, 2, 4, 5. 3, 1, 6, 2, 4, 5. And whatever. The main idea is we're just trying to connect those numbers to where they are on the guitar in relation to the key that you're in. So I'm always thinking back to this C, to the 1 chord. Another thing you can do that's really helpful is to play all the notes returning to the 1. So 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 4, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 6, 1. So doing this now, we get to use the lower, more resonant part of the guitar, especially as we move into the higher keys. For example, remember what E flat felt like way up here. Let's see what E flat feels like using this new pattern. So we're going to do the E flat starting on the 5th string, which is going to be this note here, 6th fret of the 5th string, or you can think of it as the note between the 2nd and 3rd dots. So now let's try our new pattern in the key of E flat. 1, 2, 3, and then down to 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, as opposed to This video is brought to you by Guitar Note Atlas. Have you ever wanted to just know where the notes are on the guitar and didn't want to sit through a bunch of boring videos to learn? Just cut to the chase and tell me already. There's an app for that. It's called Guitar Note Atlas, and it shows you where all the notes are on the guitar. It's also the basis of all these little diagrams that we made for this video. Kind of. Guitar Note Atlas is available for iPhone and iPad. Sorry, no Android yet. Sorry, It's coming. It's coming. I promise. It has lots of helpful diagrams. You can zoom in and show different positions. You can zoom out and see the whole neck. You can do bass. You can do left hand. You can flip it upside down. And there's a list of scales and pentatonics and lots of weird modes and stuff for all you weirdos. Guitar Note Atlas, available in the App Store, Apple App Store. It's not free. Sorry, it's just a few dollars. Come on, calm down. Okay, so let's put this together with the original way that we learned how to do this and play in all 12 keys, switching between the two wherever it makes sense to do. So let's start on the lowest chord possible, which on the guitar is good old E. We kind of skipped this before, so just to make sure we're on the same page, because playing power chords with open strings might feel a little bit different. An E power chord is going to be open E on the low 6th string, and then the second note is a B, the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And then we're going to do the same thing when we get up to the 4 chord, with A being open, and then our second note being here, this E, the 2nd fret of the 4th string.
I'll go to First United Methodist Church.
So let's go up the scale in the key of E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now up a fret to the key of F. 1, 2, 3. Up a fret to the key of F sharp, which apparently I forgot to record with the metronome, so moving on. Now we're in the key of G. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. And we're just going to keep on going up the keys chromatically like this. 4, 5, 6, 5, 4. And as I'm going along, I'm changing up the patterns that I'm using and the beats that I'm playing along with, just to keep it fun, but still saying the numbers out loud so that I'm connecting those dots. 4, 6, 2, 5, 1. Okay, now when we get to the key of B, we're going to change and imagine our root on the 5th string. We're going to end up using an open E power chord again when we get to the 4 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just like before, we move up a fret to the key of C. 1, 3, 4, 5, 2, 6, 1. And continue moving up chromatically through the keys. 5, 4, 5, 6, 2. If you watched my Rhythmic Building Blocks series, I only really used like a very basic backbeat to practice that stuff. That way you have a blank slate to focus on your own timing. But for this sort of thing, it's more fun to play with different beats, just to feel inspired and creative while you're doing it. 6, 1. And just to be clear, you don't have to switch to starting on the 5th string when you get to the key of B. I could have waited until the key of C or the key of C sharp or whatever. And really, to get to know the fretboard, to successfully map it out, we're going to want to practice all the different ways that you can play things, not just one way. So where do we go from here? Well, first of all, some of you have probably noticed that we haven't talked at all about major or minor during any of this. That's because the cool but limiting thing about power chords is that they are neither major nor minor. They don't have a flavor like that at all. They are the sweet cream base of the musical ice cream, the pure of the musical LaCroix. So moving forward, we're going to be talking about how to know when to use major and when to use minor. But that's going to be for the next video. For now, just keep practicing these two patterns in all 12 keys, and don't forget to say it out loud. Okay, so what did I miss? What did I fail to explain well? Let me know in the comments. I can't promise that I will answer all the questions, but I'm going to try to shape future videos around what people are most interested in. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please give a like and subscribe to this channel. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can join my Patreon at patreon.com/chrismcqueen. There you'll find all kinds of bonus videos, behind the scenes, teaching stuff, arranging stuff, all kinds of cool things. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.